Thank you, Ashraf. In our top stories, police admit journalist wrongful arrest and Santas from around the world gather in Sweden. Good morning. With the news at 11, I'm Lulu Gabu. The Sunday Times says no amount of money can make up for the pain and suffering experienced by its journalist Mzilikazi Africa when he was wrongfully arrested. The Sunday paper says Police Minister Nathi Mthethwa has conceded that Africa's arrest was wrongful and agreed to pay him 100,000 rand in damages as well as the newspaper's legal costs. Africa was arrested in 2010, just days after the newspaper published a story exposing the then police commissioner Bheki Cele's involvement in a dodgy lease deal for new police headquarters in Pretoria. Sunday Times editor Ray Hartley believes that Africa was the victim of an outrageous act of intimidation by the police. He says it's comforting that the minister has acknowledged the arrest was wrongful. Police in the Western Cape say they are keeping a close watch on the farming towns in which violence broke out last week. Police spokesperson Andre Trout says the situation in towns such as Dedorens, Ceres and Wolseley appear calm this morning. This follows a call by government and unions for the workers to suspend the strike and return to work tomorrow. Trout explains.
It would seem as if the Western Cape has stabilized regarding to the farm workers' strike. Everything seems to be quiet, but we are still on high alert, patrolling the streets to ensure that it stays that way.
Limpopo police are investigating a culpable homicide case after 11 people died in an accident between a minibus taxi and a sedan on the Bulukwane-Burgersford Road yesterday. The accident happened when the sedan lost control after a puncture and collided with a taxi traveling in the opposite direction. Police spokesperson Mampaswa Siabi says the deceased include the sedan driver and 4 occupants and the taxi driver and 6 passengers. A 7-year-old boy was among the taxi passengers who died. 7 critically injured and 3 seriously injured taxi passengers have been admitted at Leboa Khomo, Polokwane and Mankweng hospitals. Moving further afield, Egyptian President Mohamed Morsi says there are some indications that a ceasefire could soon be reached between Israel and the Palestinians in Gaza. Morsi says there's been intense communication with both sides, but as yet he's had no confirmation of guarantees. Israel has denied reports that it has sent officials to Egypt. A number of roads in and around Johannesburg have been closed off to traffic due to the 94.7 cycling challenge. Johannesburg Metro Police have called on motorists to use alternative routes while the race is underway. Spokesperson Edna Mamunyane says some of the roads will be reopened to traffic from 2 o'clock this afternoon. She gives details of the roads that have been closed off.
The M1 from Woodmead will be affected, go into Joe Slovo, then M2, and then go back onto M1. The CBD will be a bit affected. To go through Jan Smarts and go all the way to the side of Malibongwe in the northern side of Joburg and back. And then it will be making its way again back to Woodmead.
The race moves from Malibongwe Drive onto the N14, then leaves the freeway at the William Nicol off-ramp. And finally, further afield, Santas from around the world, also called Father Christmas, have gathered for the Santa Winter Games inside the Arctic Circle in Sweden. The 9 competitors, who include one Mother Christmas, have paraded with their elves through the small Lapland town of Gällivare. Humans dressed as reindeer pulled one Santa's open sleigh with jingling bells. The Santa Games include a reindeer riding event, which involves real reindeer, as well as porridge eating, sack races and karaoke to ensure the Santas remain both plump and red-faced according to tradition. Recapping our top story, the Sunday Times say no amount of money can make up for the pain and suffering experienced by its journalist Mzilikazi Africa when he was wrongfully arrested.